Hi, good morning. It is, what day is it? I think is it Monday? It's Tuesday? I don't know what day it is, but I do know that it's day 4 of our challenge and my tripod is broken, so I've got a selfie stick, which I vowed to never ever use, so my apologies. I hope this is working okay. What we are doing today is we are making breakfast, and it's gonna be an S breakfast like the challenge sheet says. And you're going to use this S breakfast to last you a while. So for example, if you were to make the THM easiest breakfast casserole, you would make a big breakfast casserole and you might double it if your family's going to be eating it with you. You're going to portion it and freeze it to use sections throughout the week. So in this day 4 of the challenge, when you are making your breakfast, you can choose any S recipe you want, but I am asking you to try an S recipe this time. And when you're doing your portioning and freezing, you can just do it in, for breakfast casseroles, I usually use about the size of my hand as a portion because they most often have dairy in them. So I don't want to overdo the dairy. So when you're portioning your breakfast, make sure you just make it a reasonable portion. You can fill up on veggies on the side if you're still hungry. And as you're just keeping in mind that you are going to be eating this throughout the week, it may be good to double it or not. Another thing that I like to recommend is when you're doing this, when you're cooking for something that you'll be using in the future, cook while you're already cooking. Don't go spend extra time in the kitchen. Of course you can if you really, really want to, but what I do is I make an S breakfast every single week. I make it when would be making breakfast anyway, and that way I'm not spending extra time in the kitchen or making extra dishes. If you haven't already made your S breakfast, you might want to consider having breakfast for dinner tonight and doubling it and then using that second casserole or breakfast bake or whatever you choose to have throughout the week as your S. Now I don't want you, this is Coach Jen talking, I don't want you to have an S breakfast every single day for the rest of your life. We want to mix it up a little bit. Especially if your S breakfast has dairy in it, we don't want you doing that constantly. But having something ready to go could be really helpful. So I just want you to keep that in mind. If you've already made it, awesome. If you haven't yet, maybe do breakfast for dinner, breakfast for lunch, double your recipe, save the rest. I usually will keep mine in the refrigerator for 3 or 4 days and freeze the rest, but I have at times forgotten to freeze the rest. So if you're concerned about that, go ahead and freeze, keep out what you would use over the next 3 or 4 days, keep that in your refrigerator and freeze the rest of it for later use. So that's our challenge for today. I know you've got this, it's another simple one. Remember, we're just doing a task a day, and the idea is to evaluate the things that make your THM journey easier. So as you're doing each one, see how it works. See if you're finding that, oh, having a breakfast ready is the key for me for staying on plan. Or see that maybe having a meal plan is the thing you need. My dog is whining, I'm so sorry. See what it is you need, see what helps you the most, and go from there. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.